I want to look at Parliament as a body that approves budgets. Parliament as a body that has the power to oversight. And Parliament as a body that is also handed over the Auditor General's report. Because this is a body that then would be the saving grace for the children of this country, for the education of the country, for the parents of the country. Yeah. Why? Because the 70 billion that you're talking about, as Parliament discusses, say, a budget for 2026, 2027, it ought to sit back and say, we voted for over 700 billion shillings to go to schools between 2025 2026. And we can see that it did not end there. Ask the difficult questions and ensure that we find out where this money went to. Are we therefore saying today that Parliament is the weakest link to addressing issues in education because they've failed on oversight? They've failed on accountability and ensuring that these monies are spent as per the law.
Thank you very much indeed, Dennis. First, I would wish to carefully state that Kenya has faced fiscal constraints, and the fiscal space has been constrained to the extent that a lot of public funds are being spent on debt servicing and so on and so forth. Secondly, it is on record that not all the money that is budgeted for education, and particularly capitation, is actually released by the Treasury. And the Treasury in this context is actually acting contrary to the law, because once the Parliament has passed the budget, then it is not in the domain of the Treasury to sit down again and decide how much money that they should allocate for education. I think it is very, very important that they do release all the money that has been budgeted for. Remember, the CS for Treasury at one point said that the government is not able to support education until there was a lot of public concern. That is when he decided to withdraw this statement. Therefore, I would wish to call on the Treasury to respect the will and the wishes of the people of Kenya once a budget has been passed. Thirdly, it is really important, as you have said, to mention that Parliament has an oversight role and so on. We would expect the Committee for Education, for instance, to summon the Treasury officials and interrogate them and really find out why the money that is being allocated does not really reach out to the people. And lastly, we know that there is a percentage of the capitation fund that is usually retained by the ministry for what they call, I don't know, buying textbooks, development, and so on and so forth. To the extent that even 300 shillings that had been allocated for health insurance is no longer being remitted to the schools. And now they are forcing all parents to register with SHA. And we know clearly that SHA will soon collapse. All signs are clear that they are not able to sustain it. So I would wish once again to call on the Parliament to play its roles and really ensure that children in Kenya can access equitable and free education.